You can't get a nude photo and be like, probably deal with that in a couple hours. Right? When you get a nude photo from your girl, you have to act beside yourself. Like you go, the Lord has blessed upon me. What have I done to deserve such a bounty? This guy's an animal. Preacher, brother. His girlfriend's hitting him. Stop. My wife, what's her name? His wife's like, Timothy, stop! What do you do, Tim?
Aerospace systems engineer for the Department of Defense.
Oh, so you're crushing it, huh? So you're like, I'll fucking talk at a comedy show if I want, bitch. I pay the bills. I bought these tickets. I'm making planes. If I want to get drunk and yell at a comedy show, this is my night. Tim's in charge, you know.
You're amazing, bro.
Thank you. Also, Tim, you shouldn't be so cocky. Planes are crashing right and left right now. You two guys got to get your act together, I'll tell you that much. Yeah, you're more what?
I'm more secret than that.
Secret? Senior.
No, secret.
You're more secret, and you're in the closet, is what they have a word for that. No. I know they're going to get dick. I'm secret about it. Oh, sorry, were you talking about gayness? I'm what we call secret gay. Hey, let me ask you a question. When you're on your secret gay trips and you're fucking a guy, do you ever take your dick and say, here comes the airplane? Do you, I'm not thinking that. Have you ever? If you haven't, that's fine. Do you ever take your own head and say, this plane's going down? Did you ever? No? Okay, it doesn't.
Almost, no.
Okay, one more. Have you ever said I just got fired from Boeing, but I got hired from blowing? Have you ever done any of those things?
I got laid off from Boeing, but actually...
You got laid off, but then now you lay down? Is that what Okay, guys, I'll stop. I promise. Yo, that's why dudes are so funny. He's like gay. This guy's here with his wife. We're like gay. This guy's here with his wife. We're like, nah, you gay. Oh yeah, you guys are fun as fuck. She's chatty though, eh? I'm still. You're 0 for 2, lady. No, there's obviously like a bunch of harder stuff about being a girl, but you never have to get like a boner on a plane. That's one thing that you'll never have to do. Ever had that? Whoopsh. A NARP?
No reason boner.
Oh, that's pretty funny. You should let him talk more. He's a good guy. I'm talking to him. Do you hear her? She goes, yeah, but he said it wrong. Yo, this guy probably doesn't even need glasses. She just made him put them on. The doctor's like, you actually have 20/20 vision. She goes, no, he doesn't. He's blind. Does she crush your dreams, dude? Oh, you think she's showing off, right? When she gets home, you're sort of in control. She goes back in her cage. Yeah. Anyone here do mushrooms? Oh, you do? Have you ever had a bad trip? That would get a lot being on mushrooms, right? You're doing your bad trip wrong. You're tripping wrong. What happened when you had like a really bad trip?
I was over at the Congress Theater, and I started tripping real hard. Didn't know to speak or talk, so I was tripping my balls out.
Damn broke today, let's hurry up.
Yo, did you just trash talk his storytelling? This guy's life is just getting yelled at by chicks. You know what's even funnier? She's being mean to him, and she was probably like, yeah, and then you started telling that story, and she's like, yeah, I get it. And like, she turned on you. What's your problem, lady?
It's too long.
Oh, that's rich. Girls think he's telling stories too long. Almost like we prefer a story with a point, huh? Yo, you want a drink or something? Yeah, what are you drinking? Can you get him a Stella? And do you want anything? Too bad! No, I'm just... I'm okay, thank you. When she comes back, blink if you actually need help. Okay, what are you showing me? Oh, 4 beer bottles? Oh, you're just saying if she keeps it up, you're gonna smash one of those on her. I think the best thing the dudes did politically, though, was convincing activist chicks, if you really care about the cause, you should pull your tits out of the rally. Good work, fellas. We're like, pull the tits out. And they're like, we don't want to. We're like, someone doesn't care about Palestine. As much as she claims to on the internet. Remember they used to have Girls Gone Wild? I feel like new Girls Gone Wild as they go to college campuses and they're like, ladies, pull your tits out. They're like, we don't want to. They go, they're fracking over there. They go, what the hell? Ladies, they're getting rid of maternity leave in Arkansas. They go, not if we can help it. Did I solve it? Yeah, it's solved. I feel like vegans are the most hated activist group. Vegans get so much shit. People will be like, fuck you, you're like the pedophile. They're like, behind him, there's a vegan. Not well liked. And some of their stuff isn't even that crazy. They're like, we shouldn't boil lobsters alive. And we're like, we're boiling them. You're like, why? It tastes 1% better. I have a friend who's a chef, and he goes, well, the lobster can't really feel it. You look at the pan, the lobster's like, ah! That one can feel it a little bit. My favorite is just like the no accountability activism, though. Like, so I don't know if you guys know the girls from Playboy, they have like this podcast where they drop these truth bombs, and they'll be like, you guys might not realize this, but Hugh Hefner was a misogynist. And you're like, what the? You're like, how long did you work there? 35 years. I guess a little bit girls can kind of talk shit about dudes on the internet and get us in trouble. But maybe that's payback for we used to get to call girls witches, just have you burned at the stake, you know? The good old... No, I'm just joking. And by the way, that would be the worst time to be a girl, because girls love witch stuff, right? Crystals, astrology, potions, candles, Buffy the Vampire Slayer, Twilight, brooms. It's like all of your favorite things. They love it. Like, what's your astrology sign? You'd be dead for knowing that back in the day. Back in the day, a girl would be on a date like, oh, I should tell you the moon's actually in retrograde. And we'd be like, oh, crazy, you should actually tell the judge, bitch, because your burning starts at dusk. A terrible time to be a witch. Crystals are my favorite. There was a girl on tour, she was selling crystals, and she goes, these are finance crystals, they make you rich. And we're like, crazy, well, you actually have a whole bucket of them, and your job is right now selling rocks. So, are you kind of just not using them, sort of thing? It's like a homeless guy under a bridge, like, this is my owning a duplex, crystals. Why don't you own one? Can't get high in your own supply, brother. That's the first rule of crystals. I don't know if you guys remember, but Tom Brady, when he won the Super Bowl, his wife Giselle at the time said one of the reasons he won is because she has these protection crystals that keep him safe. To the point where he was doing interviews being like, when I won the Super Bowl, oh, I'm so sorry, babe. When we won the Super Bowl, like girls say they believe in protection crystals, but if a guy was like, listen, I don't have a condom, but the good news, I have this protection crystal. I won't be able to walk you home, but I put a protection crystal in your purse. And you are gonna want that, because some of the neighborhood guys also do crystal. So you're going to want that. And then Tom Brady's wife, she lost all her money in crypto too, and it was like, ladies, you don't get to be into girl crystals and guy crystals, you know what I mean? That's our crystal. Every guy puts 30% of his money in crypto, loses it, and that's how we close the wage gap. You're welcome. Does solve everything. Any crypto dudes here? Anyone lose money in crypto here? We're back a little bit though, right, boys? I feel like every guy's primed to just lose money on crypto and gambling. You know, like even fairy tales girls get versus guys. Girl fairy tales like Little Red Riding Hood, trust this wolf, and the moral of the story is don't trust strangers. Dude fairy tales, Jack and the Beanstalk. That is a cryptocurrency fairy tale. Jack's gonna put his money into this magic bean, but all the haters tell him not to. But Jack's not a pussy, so Jack don't listen to the FUD, and he apes the fuck in, and that beanstalk goes to the moon. What's up, you trying to be Jack, or you trying to be the bean, bitch? Like, I'm Jack, I'm not a bean. Now, I don't know if you guys saw it, but there's like a big crisis in New York because they kept shipping in migrants on buses, right? The governor of Texas is doing it, and he's in a wheelchair, which makes it like kind of more evil, you know? And obviously in New York, we're like, cool, right? But we were bluffing a little bit, you know? They were like, we're shipping you busloads of migrants. And we're like, good, I hope you do. And then after a few months, we're like, they're still coming, huh? That is, I mean, that's kind of a lot. No, it's good for sure. No, we do want them. We were bluffing a little bit. It's kind of like if a dude was like, dude, I want to fuck the shit out of 10 girls. And then they were like, we have all 10 girls on their way to your house. You're like, all 10 right now, tonight. No, I will fuck them. No, I did. You're right. No, I did promise to fuck the shit out of all 10. That is 5 and 5 an option? No, it's 10 for sure. Okay, all at the same time? It is a little unfair. You always hear, behind every great man's an even greater woman. But you never hear, behind every man that committed atrocities is a woman who's even more atrocious. Like, do you guys think Hitler's girlfriend loved Jews? I think she was in on the project, personally. Hitler came home after doing art or whatever Hitler was up to back then. It was like, how was your day, Eva? And she was like, I don't know, Hitler. She's really naggy, Hitler's girlfriend. I don't know, Hitler. I was just talking to a real man today, David Rosenberg. What are you gonna do about it? Man that can grow a full mustache. She died, though, which is probably good. If Hitler's girlfriend didn't die, she'd have a blog right now, 10 ways to know when you were dating a narcissist. Hitler's girlfriend would have a podcast with Anne Frank about how they're both victims. Okay. 2 more bad things, and I'm gonna move on. There's probably not even any here, but ladies, this is a fair question. Why do the women that hate men the most look the most like men? That is a fair question. Buzz cuts, men's clothing. That would be like if the leader of the KKK was wearing a do-rag, right? It's like the white race is the best race. He's dribbling a basketball, like beatboxing. Like, this guy loves black people, it looks like. I think sometimes people are a little unfair to women because we'll say, oh, they're more crazy, but their craziness is just spread out. You all get a little, whereas guy craziness is centralized into one psychopath that has a woman locked in his basement. Girls, girl craziness like 5%, 5%. Guy craziness is like normal, Hitler, normal, shoots up at school, normal. There was only one woman that ever shot up a school, and she went trans first before she did it. Isn't that wild? 25 years as a woman, no problems. 1 year paying for her own drinks. One. 1 year, $50? No, we just had 2 margaritas. That's how much they cost! No. You know what's fucked up, by the way? We actually sent a bunch of merch here. We were gonna sell t-shirts, and some motherfucker stole them all before the show. All we got is a box of hats. What? Is that normal? Is this a big merch stealing town? Classic DC. Merch is going missing enough where that'll happen. Is that it? You're like any normal person's like, yeah, I'm taking a trip to DC. They go, lock up your merch table. I have a merch table. Positive guys, Brian. Like, they needed it more than you did. How long have you guys been together for? You and I.
5 years.
18.5. Do you mean since she was 18? And then she was like, we told you we're not going to tell her. 18? How long have you been together? 18? 5 months? That's incredible. What happened? She's so sassy, by the way. That's why I felt like 18. Okay. Let me guess, the merch got stolen. Classic. Okay, she's so magical. If you could let me finish. We're not in that big of a hurry. I don't have any merch to sell. Okay, what happened? Where is it? What I want you to say, you were fucking chomping at the bit to get your story out. You're like, no, it's not what happened. I go, okay, what? You go, what the fucking talking about? You just told her to shut up. Indian dudes, huh? This guy's been listening to Andrew Tate all week. He's fucking jazzed up. Put a fucking black light. She's got her fucking body count on her forehead. Not this one. This whole merch thing hasn't been your favorite? Dude, my new special is just gonna become merch. Where is it? The lost merch. So okay, what actually? Why did he say 18 and you said 5? Are you confused? Was it 18? Am I crazy? Is the merch here? Am I fucking... And when I walk out, the merch table's been there all along. Okay, so you thought you've been together for 18 years, and you thought it'd been 5 years. It's impossible to get to the bottom of what the discrepancy was. He did. He helped it. This girl's gaslighting him. Punch her! No, I'm just kidding. This guy is in for a world of hurt. You didn't say 18. He was like, you're right. I don't even think I know the word 18. Am I missing you off? Are you okay?
Those Trudeau.
Strudo. Well, his face does look like that if he's got a special paint on, you know what I'm saying? What is that, election time? This guy's true don't remember how long he's been dating for.
Good job.
There is the merch! You guys have been awesome. Give it up for your host and all the comments that came out tonight. So some jobs are just a little weird. You know, girl mover's a little weird. Blind detective. Male gynecologist. We know what you're up to, pal. They're mostly females now, so if you're a male gyno now, you gotta want it, you know? Is there any women here that went with a male gyno even though most of them are females now? Yeah, why'd you go with male gyno? Is that what he told you? They're all male? It's either me or you die. You're like, what about that one? It's just me. What do you mean they're all male? Oh, here they still got like a foothold. Okay, clap with you. The males are still holding it down here? The male gyno unions, like, these are our pussies, and we will not let these females are gonna stay in our holes. Do you like the male gyno better than the female gynos? He's more gentle? What are the female gynos doing? Is it like a female cop situation where they got something to prove? Male gyno's gentle though. Sets the mood, does it smooth, plays some Usher beforehand. 7 o'clock on the dot. He's in male gyno town. This one's on the house. All I'm saying is someone always takes advantage. You don't think there's one abortion doctor that got into the game just because he really fucking hates babies? He was gonna be a normal doctor, then he was on a plane with a baby that wouldn't shut. If you don't mind, I'm trying to do my doctor work. He lands the plane, this ends today. Or one doctor that does the transgender dick cutting off surgeries that the chick just hates men, you know? If there was a girl that's like, I hate men, I want to cut their dicks off, and you're like, you are not going to believe what I'm about to tell you is a job. Just showing up with 2 katanas, cling, cling, cling. When you love what you do, never work a day in your life. Wearing the dicks on a necklace like a warlord. Come on! Come on! So that's weird. Male kindergarten teacher. A little strange, right? Normal, normal, normal. Male kindergarten teacher. Normal. Although, there was a lot of female teachers these days having sex with their, like, 13-year-old male students, which has proved what I've been saying forever, that 13-year-old boys are irresistible. Stop making them so hot. Problem solved. I should have asked. You guys a pedophile crowd? Not a pedophile crowd? Who here's on the flight logs? I know, no one likes when you make fun of their group. I know, but... It is weird, though, that they have, like, barely legal porn still, you know? Too many pedophile jokes? Okay, you're right. I'll move on. So this is a relationship joke. I'm moving on. So a friend of mine, he's actually in a big fight with his girl right now because she was on her period, and I guess for girls, your first period's like a big deal. And okay, that's an anorexia joke, for the record. Oh, okay. I'll make a note. No period jokes. No fucking. Okay. No period jokes. And for the record, I'll always have sex with a girl when she's on her period. I don't care. But I do always run outside naked after with the blood on my dick, screaming, "I just killed my cat!" And that's a cat joke. Okay, no cat jokes either, I guess. I will make note of that. No anorexia jokes, no period jokes, no cat jokes. I guess we'll just do the barely legal porn joke then. Well, do you know they have barely legal porn? Do you think they have barely legal porn the other way, where the woman's so old she's about to die? And they're like, "Mildred, you only have 3 hours to live. Blink if you consent to getting the gang back together for one final gangbang." And then as all the guys are banging her, you're like, "Is this even legal?" And they're like, "Barely." So it's barely legal. So I was moving recently, and we were looking at moving companies, but because of the algorithm that kept showing us this one company that was like an all-girl moving company, like a shitty moving company, right? And honestly, I'm not even saying that to be controversial, but like, has any dude here ever been moving with his chick and halfway through is like, "Babe, you gotta start a company. You are crushing it. You gotta take this pro, baby." All right, how about this? All-girl moving company called the Ex-Wives, and they just take half your stuff. How about... Come on, that's a pretty good idea. You can have it. It's your idea. I'm kind of on the lady side, by the way, because I don't think I should be a mover, you know? I don't think anyone would be happy if you hired a mover and a guy like me showed up like, "We're doing both couches." No, you want some retard from the suburbs with cauliflower ears. Where's the boxes, right? Guy looks like that. That's what you want, right there. "I used to do UFC, I move now." Sandpaper fingers, right? They would destroy a woman's vagina if he fingered her, right? That's not my silky smooth comedy hands. I will say, though, if you ever hire someone to help you move, you better not be there, because you'll never feel like a bigger bitch as a man than hiring another real man to come move cuck you in your own house. 2 real men walk in like, "All right, ladies, what do we..." "Oh, a guy hired us." "All right, weird." Okay. "You're just in the corner in the dark." "I'm the guy paying, brother." "Slower." "You like that? I'll pay you more if you sweat a bunch." Just turn you into a trad wife. You're like, "You boys need some lemonade?" They're emasculating you. Like, "You'll tell you what, you can hold the wrench, kiddo." You're like, "Can I?" "Oh my God, they're heavy." I honestly don't even get that weird about masculinity stuff. Only sometimes there'll be like shows that are a little too in your face. Like, you guys know Yellowstone, like the cowboy show? Big Yellowstone fan? What's your thoughts on Yellowstone while we're on the subject? What do you think of it? Pretty good. I don't know. Not bad. It is is a little in your face, though. Girls watching want to fuck cowboys a little too much. Which is fine if you're a cowboy, not so fine if you're a comedian in New York. You know what I mean? The guy on the screen will just be like, a man who can't ride a horse is not even a man at all. And I'm on my bed in Manhattan like, what the fuck? I'm a man. Bullshit. You ladies sitting in your bed with a man who can't even protect you on 14th Avenue. Oh, you're like, that one's about me. That feels... I can protect you. Then I hear something at the door and I'm like, oh, Jesus Christ. I find myself being defensive. I'll be like, I mean, some people have said that comedians are the cowboys of the internet. So, hey, remember that joke I made that was offensive to Indians? Bit of a cowboy move, right? A little bit of cowboy behavior there. So maybe that, and then a few months ago, my girl asked me to open a jar and I couldn't, so I don't know if you ever not been able to open a jar. All right, he'll just... Ladies and gentlemen, we have David Goggins in the audience tonight. He just laughed at me like, I do 2 jars at once, pussy. Pickles for everybody. Just looks at the pickles, they jump out, they know what's up. Well, it's not ideal, so that's better, because your chick's like, can you open this jar? And you're like, yeah, obviously. Then you watch her pussy dry up, as you're like, is it like a prank jar? A prank situation? And then because girls are nice, she goes, well, why don't we ask the neighbor to open it? I go, I mean, if you want me to kill myself, ask the neighbor? Are you out of your mind walking over? Ding dong, we heard there's a strong man that lives here. Are you fucked? The only thing I could do is go over and be like, yo, could you open this jar? Yeah, me too, just checking, boys. Go back home. He wasn't home, took it down on the way over. That's what I do. But then worse than that, she goes, no, I don't know why you're making a big deal of this. I prefer that you're not some macho guy. And I go, that's not actually a compliment. I prefer a weak man. That's a compliment, like your girl saying, oh no, I actually prefer yours because the big ones hurt too much. Or worse, I prefer yours, the regular ones hurt too much. Maybe dudes need, you know, girls have positivity on the internet where it'll be like, every girl's beautiful. It'll be like a girl under a bridge, like, even me. Especially you. There's no dude version where it's like, every man's rich and we can open every jar. Yeah, come to think of it, I fucked that jar up. Because the internet sort of tells people how they want the world to be, but real life sorts it out a bit. You've seen things that'll be like, every girl should be allowed to walk through a dark alley at any time of night with her tits out. And real life's like, yeah, but don't though. What are you, crazy? Mental? I've even seen things on the internet that'll be like, women are just as strong as men. And it's like, okay, then why are you so easy for me to put in my trunk? You know what I mean? And I'm not even macho. I'm actually not really like one of those comedians that's like, you can't say anything anymore. Like, you kinda can. Like, you can do it. I mean, I'll believe it on YouTube, but here... The trick is don't have a job. That is the first trick, and a microphone does help. That's another thing. Because I had a guy come up to me after a show, and he was like, dude, it's messed up. You can't say anything. I got fired from my job for making fat jokes just like you were doing. And I go, what do you do for a living? And he goes, I'm a waiter. I go, little different, though. No? I don't know if waiters should be making fat jokes. Going up to a table, eating for 4 tonight, are we, ladies? Oh, what? I can't make a joke? Like, I might be on your boss's side, to be honest. And I think things have kind of got more normal in the last little bit, but I do still find super overly empowering narratives very funny. Like, there's this show on Netflix called In the Dark. Do you guys know the show? So it's about this girl. She's a blind alcoholic detective, right? Sorry, blind alcoholic sex addict detective. And there's a scene, it's honestly a pretty good show, but there's a scene in the show where a friend goes, you'll never solve the case. And she goes, why? Because I'm blind? And her friend goes, no, it's because you didn't go to school for that. And you're like, also because you're blind. Like, I don't even know what the lesson to be learned there is. Like, you're supposed to watch that and be like, I can't believe I used to think blind people couldn't be detectives. Now that I'm educated, I hope my cab driver's blind. I want Helen Keller picking me up now that I know. And I get it, it's like Hollywood stuff, but you could be the most Hollywood person in the world, but if your own daughter went missing and the detective showed up like, what's up, I'm the detective on the case here. We only got 24 hours to solve this bad boy, so. Do you mind if I feel your face? I just want to get a bit of a read of what she might look like. Also, I'm drunk. Did I mention a lot of White Claws today? I got into it. Can I suck you off? I'm a sex addict too. Did I mention? You're like, is there some sort of problem? And you're like, well, we're just behind you. And you're like, oh, because I'm blind. Like I'm crazy for saying maybe every person shouldn't have every single job? Listen, if I hire a roofer and he shows up in a wheelchair, I'm not going to be pumped. I apologize. Just wheeling in like, I'm actually amazing at what I do. You just got to get me up there. If you got a pulley system, I will work magic on those shingles.
This next comedian, he's the other host of the Fucking Alex podcast. Please put your hands together for Ryan Long!
Antigua in Toronto. It's my mom, she comes. I went to a Leaf game the other day, and the kiss cam is not nearly long enough for me to come. Just getting started, they switched the couple. You're like, who are these two? Give them a backstory. Ernie's talking about Uber. Yesterday I took an Uber, and the Uber driver farted in the cab, and then turned up the music. I don't know if he's trying to cover the smell with the sound. Or he's like, oh, if you heard that one, this next one is really gonna bring down the house. Toronto. JJ's been pretty gay. Is any gay people here? Just you? Couple, and then the rest of us are going to heaven. Now my brother's actually gay, or sorry, he was gay. We killed him for the Lord. No, he is gay. I know because I had sex with him. What a fag! Okay, my family hates when I do comedy. We did disown him though, because he's black. Not my brother, just a brother. Just a guy. You know who loved the gay pride parade is TD Bank. Oh my god. TD Bank's new slogan is like, suck a dick, TD. If I come out of the closet, I'm telling my bank first and foremost. TD, I'm gay. We love that. Oh, we put the fun in hedge funds. Rainbow interest rates. Corporations are all about all that shit right now. We know there's 72 genders, but there's only one refreshing beverage. Coke. The best one I saw recently, it was on Facebook and there was an ad, it was like, it's okay for men to experiment. These are the questions we're asking. Axe body spray. And I'm like, Axe body spray? A year ago their slogan was like, fuck her, she's probably awake. Oh, she's only 15? Axe body spray. The fuck does Axe think their demo is? Shawarma shop owners, lacrosse players, and my stepdad. It's a weird time for all that shit. Like right now, like dudes and frats, like those guys are dumb. Right? Like, what's up, I'm Corey? Like it's over. I'm so, you know what I mean? I was like, fuck this girl. Everyone's like, you mean she liberated herself, you piece of shit? Which I never never bragged about it. I always bragged about the opposite sex. I'm like, 30 seconds, didn't break a sweat. You know what it is. My girl's like, can we do more than one position? I'm like, oh, you a freak, huh? My main move is 30 seconds in, whispering into my girl's ear, the end is near. Winter is coming. No, I'm very southern and apologetic. She's like, why'd you come so quick? And I'm like, I do apologize. You are just too beautiful. She's like, can you get hard and fuck again? And I'm like, oh, I don't want to overdose on the beauty. Mother taught me gluttony's a cardinal sin. I must be sleeping now. Your Uber awaits you. I remember I lived with this dude when I was in college, and he came out one night and he's like, I fucked this girl so good she was walking funny. And then it turned out that he just fingered her. So he must have done such a shitty job. Ah! Jesus Christ, Corey! Told you to take the rings off! That's not even impressive. You fucked a girl so good she walking funny? What would be impressive if a girl walked funny, then you fucked her so good now she walks normal? She started in a wheelchair. And the dick was so good, she's like, well, I can walk again! I'm like, that's the magic stick. I grew up in a white family, recommend that. Now, family doesn't matter as much for white people. Like, when I was growing up, both my parents got divorced, now they just have new families, and I'm not part of either of them. Like, I just come home, there's a new stepsister, like, who's this guy? I was an original member! The fuck are you? Okay, in a black family, you're more likely to get beat up, and in a white family, you're way more likely to get molested. Statistically, someone's uncle in this room did some work. Like, in a black family, you get licked, in a white family, you get licked. White uncles. That's why when I was 12, I actually molested my uncle just to beat him to the punch. One for the nephews! Nephews are making a comeback! Take that, Uncle Fred! He was a quadriplegic. But after he got this dick, he could walk again! You know who runs the family in the White household is the dog. In my family, my dog used to put peanut butter in his dick and make me lick it off. It wasn't even sexual for him, it was a power thing. He knows I'm allergic to peanut butter. You missed a spot, and I'm like, sorry, sir. White people are on a bit of a timeout right now. White people can't even participate with other races being racist against each other. Like the other day, my Indian friend was like, this Asian dude just crashed into my car, that's hilarious, right? And I'm like, well, I wouldn't know nothing about that. You guys talk amongst yourselves, you hear? Don't want no trouble with no blogs. I'm allowed to say this stuff. I'm mixed race. I'm half Irish, half English. When I did my Ancestry.com, it just came back 100%. I'm so white. When I did my test, they didn't even give me a test. Two guys in hoods just came out and said, your blood is pure. Only you could defeat the uprising. I don't want any trouble. You're the whitest person we've ever seen. And I was like, redheads are whiter. Redheads are not people. Ancestry.com said that. Can you believe that? Any religious people here? Yeah, couple. The rest have curfew. I haven't read the Bible or the Quran or the Jew Quran. I just know that every religion hates gay people and loves hats. Whatever religion you are, when you die, God's gonna be straight as fuck with a huge hat, fingering a girl. Kid Rock, basically. My name is God! Love hats, though. The Sikhs have had, the Jews have had, and the Asians wear the Jew hat but over their mouth. Controlling the airflow, controlling the banks. Muslims have a hat and the girls have a less cool hat. I've never worn a burqa personally, but once I did go tanning naked with just the goggles, and I assume it feels the exact opposite of that. I don't know if I'd want to date a girl if her like ex-boyfriend was an extremist Muslim dude before me, just because they're like way better at eating out girls. There we go. There it is. Now I hope he died and got just gay as fuck. Like, welcome to heaven! Did not see that coming. What's up, ladies? I got a girlfriend right now, so I hate women. Because when you're single, you're like, women are the best. In a relationship, you're like, these are psychopaths. My girl will literally be like, who the fuck is Nicole? You'll be like, that is your name? Text from you also asking who Nicole is. It's crazy. I'm always like, women, you're not this crazy with your boss at work, so don't be this crazy with your boss at home. Now, I don't know if you guys know this, but there's 72 genders now, which means men are better than 71 genders. Boy. My girl doesn't pay for shit. On a date. I think, are you guys on a date? What are you, 50-50 money-wise? No? I'd kill for 60-40, that's a dream. I think girls should pay a little bit less just because they have to pay for makeup to cover their ugly faces. Well, because God made men's faces perfect. And women have to finish the job. No, okay, joke aside, I know women are on the come up and men are on the come down. I'm aware of that. But there's certain shit women are never going to beat men at. Like, women are never going to beat men's numbers at kidnappings and murders. We're the John Cenas of kidnappings and murders. School shootings, all men, all day. Just think you never turn on the TV and it's like, 13-year-old Stacy just shot up her high school. Look at women. That's because if women want to shoot up a school, they'd be like, which one? Oh, I can't decide. Chloroforming people in a park, that's a man every time. You never hear about the maxi pad bandit. Chloroforming dudes with their maxi pad. No chloroform, just a normal smell. Dragging the guy back to a cage in her basement. The guy's like, I'm hungry. And she's like, you can have pussy again. You guys were okay with the maxi pad bandit. The only thing girls have monopoly on is drowning their own kids. Not because they're mean, just that bad at driving. Kids were going to the bank, took a wrong turn, glug, glug, glug. Hey, you guys are okay with maxi pad bandit. Listen, by the way, I will always have sex with my girl in her period, but I always run outside naked with the blood on my dick screaming, I just killed my cat! Peace.
Right along, everybody. Keep it going for them.
Please welcome Mr. Ryan Long to the stage, everybody. Ryan.
Yeah, hey, best friends forever. Just two. Actually went to a Leaf game yesterday. It's just the kiss cam is not nearly long enough for me to come. Just getting started, they switched the couple. You're like, who are these two? And give them a backstory. I just took an Uber here, and the Uber driver farted in the cab, and then turned up the music. He was trying to cover the smell with the sound. The smell in here? I don't know, it's too loud. Then last week my buddy came over and clogged my toilet and wouldn't admit it was only the two of us there. He's like, it wasn't me. And I'm like, what are you, Shaggy? Like, I know that it wasn't me because I'm me. And he looked at me, he's like, well, maybe you forgot. And I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? As if I took such a big shit that I blacked out. Just woke up. Where the fuck am I? Whose clog is this? You ever clog a toilet? Oh yeah, this guy's confident. Hell yeah, this guy's like, fuck yeah, I took down 2 Starbucks this week. Walk away in slow motion as the pipes explode. Dad was a clogger, my grandfather was a clogger. Clog life. This is kind of like a weird story out of the gate, but I just saw my family. So 2 years ago, my uncle died, and then we didn't tell my grandmother because she was about to die, and then she didn't die. So now it's just a secret in the family that her son's dead. That's making sense to you guys. Literally, she'd be like, where is he? And we're like, what the fuck? I know what to say the other day. She's like, where's Mike? He never visits me anymore. And we just have to be like, that piece of shit. He is dead to us. Never speak his name again. Anyways, little about me, I'm against gay marriage. That's where I take it. No, guys, I'm kidding. I'm just old-fashioned. I think marriage should be between a man and his child bride, and that's just how I was raised. So my dad did it, and that's... Now, is there any... Phil was talking about this. Is there any gay people in the crowd? Just you? A couple of us, and then the rest of us are going to heaven. No, my brother is actually gay. Well, he was gay. We killed him for the Lord. I actually do have gaydar. I can tell if you're gay. What I do is I suck your dick, and if I taste poo, I know. Reported the authorities. Saudi Arabia. Yeah, we got one. I remember my brother thought my dad would care, that we came out of the closet, he told him, but then my dad just gave him a hug and whispered into his ear, gay! Everyone deals with it differently. Gay people have the most sex, though. I think that proves that, yeah, it's true. Gay guys have the most sex, which it proves to me that guys are hornier than girls. But, ladies, this is 2019. Clap if you think girls can be just as horny as guys. Right. Well, they can, but I just want everyone to know where the hoes are at. Thirsty. It is true though, gay guys have the most sex, straight people have the second most, then lesbians have the least sex at 0 because you need a penis for sex. Well, why would 2 lesbians eat each other at sex? But when I had a girl out in high school and told everyone I fucked her, I'm a liar. Is it because I didn't wait for her to wake up? Because to me, it feels more like a double standard. Actually, I had to go to my girl's, her like high school reunion, which sounds shit until you realize at a high school reunion you could just pick any person, act like they bullied you. Just pick a guy and be like, well. Not so fat anymore, huh? Piece of shit. I have a friend who's actually in a progressive relationship. He's getting married and he's going to take his wife's last name, but he wants her to take his first name. Like, they're both going to be Doug Smith. 2020 thing, I believe. He will be breastfeeding that child as well. It's 50-50. Girls in 2019 say they want guys to be emotional. Girls are like, oh, I want you to cry. What girls don't tell you is if you cry, she'll break up with you. I don't know if you guys know this, but men's tears actually form a river for a real man to surf in and fuck your girl. It's just science right there. You know why? That girl wanted you to fight and shit. I remember my ex used to get me in fights at bars. We went to a bar once, and she pushed a guy, and the guy slapped her, and she's like, you better take this guy outside. I'm like, you fucking mind? This guy just slapped a girl in public. Can you imagine what he'll do to me in private? This is a maniac. Ain't fucking involved with that. I get why it's harder to be a girl. Like, I don't know. Like, I was reading an article that was saying every girl needs to put a coaster on her drink because all these celebrities are day raping. And David Blaine, the magician, was putting pills in drinks. And I was like, okay, sorry to burst your bubble, but if the #1 magician in the world wants to put a pill in your drink, I don't know what difference a coaster is going to make in this situation. I mean, David Blaine could be day raping all of us right now from a different country, and there's nothing nobody could do about it. You'd all just wake up in the morning and cough out the condoms. What the fuck? It's attached to another condom. They just keep coming. The end of it's a consent form that you signed. Just plain. Do you remember 10 years ago when there was like real problems? Remember 10 years ago they'd be like, this Ethiopian kid hasn't eaten in 10 years. You're like, oh my God. Now they're like, we need more Asian movie stars. You're like, having trouble giving a fuck about the new problems. Less James Bond, more James Wong. You're like trying to care. Ethiopian kid's like still starving to death. You'll get your food when the government uses tax dollars to pay for tits on a man. By the way, low-key, wouldn't like a doctor that's like a dick cutter off or doctor be like a pretty sick job for like hardcore feminist that really hates men? Like if... Follow me on this. If you really hate men, wake up in the morning just lopping off hogs. When you love what you do, that's the dream. Never work a day in your life, just copping hogs, put them in the trash. Fuck men, are you kidding me? Just have 2 containers. People didn't come in for that. I came for enlargement. Like, fuck it. I'd use my mouth. Just Kobayashi training for a hot dog eating competition. 2 at a time, down the hatch, slicing off the patriarchy. It's up to you guys, whatever. I actually read a stat recently that was saying India apparently has the highest levels of domestic violence, but then I read a second stat that said India has the highest levels of wives misbehaving, so I don't know, it's sort of like a chicken and egg situation. By the way, I'm allowed to make race jokes. Actually, I'm mixed race, I'm half Irish, half English, so super chill. There's like 2 types of white people right now. There's like white people, we're the worst, or white people, we're the best. Neither is good. I'm the first one. I hate white people. I actually have a group, Whites Against Whites. There's no blacks allowed. It's just me and 12 white people yelling at each other. You're the problem, Todd! You're the problem, Chad! Hey, no blacks, you know the rules. What are you, Italian? We'll allow it. I'm not religious, like I haven't read the Bible or the Quran or the Jew Quran. I do make my girl wear a burqa. We're not religious, she's just gross. Cover that up. Make her give her hand jobs in it. It's a jerk. Listen, they're not all good jokes. I like Jewish the best religion because their Bible's really wishy-washy how to get into heaven. You just have to sort of lawyer your way in. Like that. Makes sense. Like certain Orthodox Jews, they're like, you can't touch like electricity, but they just hire people to do it for them. As if God's like, hey, you can't do that. Oh, well played. 2 heavens for you. Catholics do that with like no sex before marriage, but they're like, but if we fuck in the ass, it's cool, right? That's probably how it works. You get to heaven, God's like, you can't get in yet, sex before marriage, here's the picture, and you're like, zoom in on that photo, God. That's an ass fuck! Get the hell in here! Get in here, enjoy, knocking on heaven's back door. Oh, you can fuck ass in heaven, no poo. Alright guys, I'm Ryan Long, have a good night, peace.
As an immigrant, I actually think the hardest immigrant to be would be like Indian or Asian or something, because a lot of time their dads will be like, son, you can only date an Indian girl. It's like, well then dad, why'd you move me away from where they all are? It's kind of a crazy thing to tell a teenage boy, right? 90% of the pussy's off the market. Get out there. Cock blocking him a little. I dated a girl like that when I lived in Toronto, Canada. Her dad wanted her to date an Indian doctor, and this guy was not pumped when she started dating a white comedian. And he didn't want to listen when I tried to explain to him that laughter is medicine. So, if you think about it, I'm a bit of a practitioner myself. And he was like, no, get out of here and take all these goats. We don't even do that. Yeah, I know. That's what this racist said to me. I actually have a super multicultural family in Toronto. I have a lot of half black and half Indian cousins. It was like a cool family. But one Christmas, we wanted to go to a movie, and the only thing playing was Django Unchained. It's like awkward, right? Because we're all cheering at different parts. And I'm cheering at the credits. That's awkward, right? The only thing I can think of is more awkward is if you went to that movie and there was a black guy sitting in your seat and then you had to ask him to move. Can you imagine mid-whipping scene? You had to come in? All right, C43. Ooh. Ah, ha, ha. Think you might be in the back of the theater there, pal. That's the most thing you don't get called as a white dude's racist. If someone's like, this is a racist murderer, you're like, I'm just a murderer. There was a dude in Atlanta that shot up all these Asian rub and tug parlors, and in the courtroom they were calling him racist, and that guy stood up and he was like, I'm not racist, I promise, I just hate whores. Like, even that guy. He's gonna be going to the electric chair, like some of my best friends are Asian. Well, what do you guys think? Should you treat people of different races the same or different? What do you specifically think? Why don't you guys want to answer? Well, it's because the answer is different, but I can understand why you don't want to yell it. Like, I'll never tell a black guy he looks like another guy. The stakes are way too high. The black guy to me could be like, you look like Jonah Hill. I'll be like, I've actually been told that. Yeah. Even there's just little things. Like if I was dating a girl from Australia and I was like, oh, let me make her feel comfortable by putting on Australian music, you know, Cat Empire, some shit like that. Yeah, nothing weird about that. Everyone feels normal, but if I'm dating an Indian girl, I can't bring her home, put on some candles, and put on... It gets weird. But it's kind of a one-way thing, because I would love if a girl in America tried to make me feel comfortable, took me home and set some candles up and made me feel comfortable with music of my culture, put on, it's been 1 week since you looked at me. I would love that. Shook it to China. I would love that. If a girl made me feel comfortable by putting on Just Out for a Rip, Are We, Bud? I would love that. Just Out for a Rip. That's the only song. That's a smashing anthem. Classic. People are watching wondering what that is. Google it. What do you guys think? Do you support all the communities? So many communities. Probably the most ridiculous community is asexual. F off, right? Any asexuals in the crowd? You are? Yo, I love that you're on a date right now and this guy's just like, huh. Pretty expensive dinner I bought you. Huh. Oh, you know what? I think I'm going to work early. So when did you stop having sex? Was it one bad dick that you go, this ends now? Oh, are you with your son? And you go, once stuff comes out, nothing goes back in. This pussy's exit only. How old is he? You're 25? And she's never had a guy ever? This guy hates this so much. He's like, it's bad enough you said I'm on a date with her. Dude, if I was your dad, I would be like, dude, I got the golden dick, bro. Fuck a girl once, she's good for life. 25 years later, yo, you want to have sex? I'm actually pretty still stretched out from the last one. She's still walking funny from the last dick? Was his dad putting down performances? Surfer D? So does your dad come home like once every two, like he's not around, but he comes home like every 2 years with a shell necklace like, kiddo, it's your birthday, right? That was 2 months ago. Oh, shit. I got you these rocks. They're from the coast of Guatemala, bro. You're like, Dad, it's fine. Mom's still walking. You know what's... By the way, that is one of those things that guys always brag about. They'll be like, I fucked a girl so good she's walking funny. That's not really impressive, right? What's impressive if a girl was walking funny, then you fuck her so good now she walks normal. Like she was in a wheelchair, you know what I mean? And then that surfer dick was so fucking good. I can walk again! That's you coming out. Put a caution tape around it afterwards.